Hey guys, Pastor Tom here with Ava and her hat. Can you say hi?
Hi.
Hi. A question for you. Has your life turned out the way you planned it to? If you look back on your life, are you kind of in a position in life where you expected? Or were there a lot of curveballs thrown and you're living a life that you never thought that you would have? I think 2020 is the year of the curveball. Life is changing so quickly in ways that we wouldn't expect. These are unprecedented times, is the word that everyone keeps using. A lot of curveballs, and you might not be in your life where you expected your life to be. If you've ever felt like that before, this guy who we're looking at in the Bible at church, named Ezekiel, is a good guy to look at. Because this book begins when Ezekiel is 30 years old. And that's a significant number because that was kind of like their 21 back then. That was like their year of being an adult. And for Ezekiel, that would have been the year where he started working as a priest in the temple in Jerusalem. Big deal. You can imagine him as a teenager, his whole life, thinking about it, growing up in his 20s. He's like, oh, can't wait to be a priest in the temple. This is what I've been training for. And then Israel gets kicked out of Jerusalem. They become exiles, and they're not allowed in the temple anymore. And the book begins with Ezekiel sitting by a river in the desert and just thinking about life. You can imagine that he's thinking about. You can imagine how he's thinking about how different his life had become. But then Ezekiel, he gets this vision. He gets this vision of a majestic picture of God. There is a thunderstorm with lightning, and there are 4 angels really floating in the air, and then Ezekiel hears the loud voice of the Lord. And God calls Ezekiel to be his prophet, to give a specific message to his people. And Ezekiel now knew that God was with him even in the desert. So, if your life isn't going the way how you had planned, if your life has changed a little bit in this last year, if you're living your life differently than you would expect, you're not alone. Ezekiel went through it. A lot of other people are going through it. But we trust that our lives are in God's hands. We trust that God is taking care of us, and we trust that God is a loving God, because if he sent Jesus to die for us, we know he's with us even when our lives don't look the way how we think they would look. So God's blessings to all of you. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Ava's putting on a show for you. So I'll catch you guys later. God blessings to all of you. You all done? Say bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay.